Hello everyone, welcome back to Think Turkey, and in today's video we're going to be talking to you about cost of building your custom home in Turkey. So if you remember about a year and a half ago, if you look at my channel and the previous videos, you'll see there's a video also called Cost to Build Your Home in Turkey. Now this was almost a year and a half ago. So if you look at the dollar and the lira, if you've been following that, definitely you'll see that at that time the dollar was about 7 to 8 liras roughly. Right now we're looking at about 18.5, 18.6 liras per dollar. So that's the conversion rate at the moment. Now you can see that's a considerable exchange rate that has changed. So a lot of things have actually changed from that time to this time. Not only have the prices of land and property overall have gone up, just due to capital appreciation and due to a lack of supply in the market and due to many other factors, like people are looking to invest in real estate as a form of safety, as a form of a security mechanism to keep their money safe, to keep their money, their funds in secure, versus keeping it in currency or in gold or in other areas. So lots of people are moving towards real estate, and now by lots of people I mean like locals, like the Turks themselves are doing this. And then we've got foreigners. Foreigners still make a very small percentage of the entire real estate sales that happen, but that small percentage has been increasing overall. Now let's talk about the cost, right? What's going on? What's the differences that have been going on? So now the last video I made was in Turkish liras. I coded everything in liras, and people came back to me and said, hey, they came back after a year, or they still, I get messages and they'll be like, hey, how come the prices are coded like this? It was like 500,000, 400,000 liras. I could just get something like for that price. So that is due to, as I mentioned, due to the exchange rates, due to the prices changing. Supply chain routes have been disturbed due to the pandemic. So now the construction materials themselves that are coming into Turkey are more expensive, similarly to other places in the world. So this is not a new phenomena. This is not an exclusive phenomena to Turkey itself. It's a phenomena that's happening around the world. If you look at any country, building prices, construction material prices have gone up. And it varies, the things that have gone up. Like if you look at Canada, wood prices have just gone crazy. Right? People are even stealing wood off the back of the trucks and so on, right? So things are overall around the world. Supply chain is a major issue that the world is facing these days. So going back to the main core, right? So what are the costs of building your own home in Turkey? Today we're going to be looking at that, and let's get started. Just want to give you a little bit of background on this house that was coded for a client recently, and just to give you, without going into very much specifics, as it's still we don't want to share more specifics at this time, but just to give you a general idea of what it includes. So this is quotation we've prepared for a house that is going to be 3 floors. So you've got a basement, a normal ground floor, and then a first floor. So that's you've got 3 floors. Depends how you count your floors. I mean, some people say like 1 and then 2. So anyways, it's a total of 3 floors. Each floor is 175 meters square usable area, right? So that gives you a total of 525 square meters. And in the yard or garden area, like in your yard, you also have a swimming pool, right? Which is 9.5 by 4 meters, which is, kind of small, but at least it's something, right? And you also have a semi-closed parking lot for 1 vehicle that were taken into account while we made this quote. So again, this is just for an approximation to give you an idea. Things will vary based on your design, based on your request. This is just to give you an idea as to what we are looking at, right? And this will give you good, decent quality materials, not so luxury like high class, but good quality, strong, looks aesthetically pleasing. And, this is I would say the starting point for that. Of course, there's also a mid-range and then there's a high range, which gives you more of high class and mid-class. But this would be good, aesthetically looking, beautiful. And it also depends on the design, of course, how the designs have been done. That's why when you see that we have put a decent budget for that design part to make sure that everything is accounted for. So what I'm going to do is let's start off with phase 1. So phase 1 is basically the initial project and licensing fees, which includes all the drawings that you need to get your project off the ground, and also all the licenses and various municipal fees that are required and licensing procedures that are required to get started on the project itself. So these two go hand in hand because you'll be submitting those projects. We will be, or the people who are working with you will be submitting that and getting the necessary approval from the relevant ministries. So that amounts to $11,729 for all of that, which is phase 1 of the project, of your entire custom home build. Now let's go to phase 2, which is the actual part where we'll be doing any physical work on the site itself. The first thing that we'll be doing is excavation. So excavation and making sure the land is ready to build upon and ready to put the foundation and so on. So that excavation work will be about $7,000, $6,986 roughly to be exact, which covers all of that which I just previously mentioned, for the excavation, for removing or replacing, moving around the dirt, any machine work, cranes and transportations of expenses and all that. So that will cover all of that in the phase 2 part. So that will get your land ready to be worked upon. Now is the next phase 3. So phase 3 is the rough construction work, or in Turkish it's say Kaba İnşaat, which means like rough works, or you could say the gray construction work or the skeleton structure. There are various different names or terms it goes by. In countries like America, North America, even some European countries, this is the phase where it's called framing, but over there they use wood, so it's called framing. So here we're going to be using concrete in this part of the world. And just for a long life of your project, concrete is generally used in this region. So for that rough construction work, we're looking at a total of $66,595, right? Which is, we're going to be using reinforced concrete, which is C30 level, and also, for some parts of the project, there will be C18 level of concrete used. And of course, rebar and all the costs for that, and the molds that will need to be done. So all that will be encompassing the rough construction work, which will be a total of $66,594. Now, let's move on to phase 4. Phase 4 is the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing works that need to be done, which is the main infrastructure part. So this is called MEP works in English, MEP works, which includes the electrical, mechanical, the sewage, rainwater, and also in this project we're going to be including the pool with the cost. So this will be done with all of that, with the pool's electrical and mechanical works as well. And all that MEP cost will come up to $17,837. Now, what phase are we at? Phase 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to go on to 5. Phase 5 is the most expensive phase, and this is the finishing phase, right? The fine works, as you can call it. This includes the exterior walls, the inner walls, suspended ceilings, so all the walls essentially, the plaster and paint as well, and all kinds of plaster, thin satin gypsum plaster, paint, manufacturing the paint, mixing it, and then labor. So all of that is included. Then is marble stone works, so for the pool, for the road pavements, for the parking area, handrails, windowsills, the perimeter wall outside, the stone cladding, exterior cladding work, so the building, the house itself. That is the other category. And then the next one is ceramic. So ceramic, the actual material costs, the workmanship, the labor, then any kind of the joint works, the adhesive materials, all that stuff that goes into ceramic works is again a separate category. So let me actually tell you one by one. So for the entire fine works, okay, let's go one by one. For walls, external walls, exterior walls, inner walls, interior walls, suspended ceiling, all the walls works is going to total $11,189. Plaster paint works. This will be all the plaster stuff is going to cost $6,756. Marble stoneworks is going to cost, which is including the pool, the road pavement, handrails, windowsills, exterior of the building cladding works, the perimeter wall stone cladding, all that is going to cost $6,324. Now we're looking at the ceramic and the material used to hold up the ceramic, right? So all that were epoxy joints, ceramic adhesive materials, all that stuff will be equal to $15,407. Now, next category is insulation. So insulation manufacturing and insulation, sorry, not manufacturing, but insulation works and insulation costs. So you're looking at, basically stuff for the pool plaster works, pool insulation, the labor, the mortar and all that, the engine room for the pool and insulation materials. And of course the insulation for the basement, the foundation basement area, all that. All insulation costs will total $5,400. And then we have various steel construction works, miscellaneous steel-related works, which are $2,702. All roof-related works, $10,810. Windows and doors, $13,513. Railings, $2,702. Parquet, so the floorings in whichever rooms, which there will be flooring using parquet, not ceramic, which are the other living rooms and bedrooms, $5,405. Sanitary ware is $2,702. Right, so now we're looking at a total for all of these fine works, or the finishing works, are going to be $82,915 as a total, which is including all those things I just mentioned. So I've just added all those categories up, and that comes to $82,915. Now the next category. So what are we at now? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're at number 6 category. Number 6 is furniture and other decoration works. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? So furniture work, so we're talking about fixed furniture, like things like, wardrobes, maybe the TV area. So certain things will be fixed that will come with the house. In this case, in this example, even sometimes the bed framing itself also comes with it. So in this case, we're looking at roughly $16,216 for all the fixed furniture and decoration work. So from this, we can see that it does include a lot of the fixed furniture, like for the rooms and for the living room. Some of it, where necessary, will be included with that. Outdoor woodwork, and then we have lighting fixtures. So outdoor woodwork is $2,702, and then lighting fixtures are $1,351. Not too bad. Moving on to category phase 7, which is landscape work. So if you're like an outdoor person, you want your outdoor area to be looking nice, we've got for you planting works, about $1,621. Garden irrigation and automation system, so you don't have to worry about watering the plants every time in the grass. That's $1,081. And lastly, we're looking at overheads, which is, what phase are we on? I keep losing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Phase 8. Phase 8, which is the construction insurance, the workers insurance, electricity, expenses, water, and all that. That all equals to $2,162. And then the last and final phase, we have unintended expenses, and we've even added that in, because we always know that there will always be some things which are not accounted for, and you don't want that to be a surprise, at the end. So we just added that in as a 5%, which is pretty decent, I would say. That's a generous 5%. $10,559 for unintended expenses that may come up during the project. Now, that is not the total yet. We still have the contractor fees, including, let's say, the contractor fee will be 25%. In this region, this is quite normal, anywhere from 20 to 30%. So you're looking at that, which will be about $55,439, which brings you to a total cost. Ready for that? $277,198.58. Now, one thing is that you might be wondering that, hey, this is for a house which is incredibly big, 525 square meters. And let me tell you, that is a extremely large sized villa due to the fact that it does have a basement. If it didn't have a basement, still it would be a little bit above average. So you're looking at it's 175 per floor. So in terms of even if it was 2 stories, you're looking at 350 square meters, which is a very nice large sized villa. Usually in Turkey, the sizes of villas in southern coast range from 200 to 250, 275, maybe 300, right? Usually, in average cases. Of course, there are many villas that are outliers and that people have built larger sizes for themselves or for selling and so on. So this may vary. So this is for a large one. Now you might be thinking, hey, what if I'm looking to build something not that big? Like how much is it going to cost me, right? So I can tell you, let's take a look at this house, right? So it's about $277,198, right? So if you divide that by the total square meters of the buildable area, so that's 525, which gives you roughly, 529. You can say, $530 per square meter, right? So that is the cost per square meter, and that's pretty much actually checks out with our base level cost starting off. It will cost you to get started in terms of building. So if you were to build something a little bit more, let's say average size, so let's say 250 square meters, right? So that would get you could get that done for $125,000, right? In terms of the build cost. And of course the land, that's separate. So the land itself right now, these days, land you're looking at about $100,000 to start. I mean, you could get it for cheaper, but something decent, $100,000 to $200,000 roughly speaking. So, even if you were to get something for, let's say, $125,000, for $250,000, you have a incredible custom designed villa of your choice, the design of your choice. And in the market right now, you won't find a single villa that's going to be going, with this type of style, with this type of quality. And you probably won't even find any villa which is $250,000 with that size. So that's the gap, basically. If you're looking to actually invest your money and or just looking to buy get a villa for yourself, this is an incredibly, effective. And economically speaking, it's a very good economic way to get your own villa or to even build and let's say sell the villa later on, if you would like. Because the differences in terms of price for a villa that size, let's say it costs you $250 to get this villa done with the land, then to sell it, you could easily sell it for $350,000, if not $400,000. So you're looking at a profit of $100,000 to $150,000 over an investment of, $250K, which is giving you easily a 40%, profit margin. So even if you sold it for, let's say, let's say you built it for $250K and you sold it for $400,000, now you're looking at 60%, 62% profit margin on that. So there's a huge gap right now. That's why I didn't make this video more sooner, because I wanted to make sure that all the prices, everything are stabilized. Now we can see the market more clearly. That's why now I can safely advise you and suggest you that this is the right time to get in, to build, and either for yourself, keep it, or you want to invest and sell it, make a profit, that's also fine. We can assist you with that too. Or if you just wanted to get a villa, for a deal, for a steal of a deal, then definitely you should go the build route. Come and build with us, and we can get you a villa for, basically 60% off the price of the market right now. Plus, it's customized exactly to your tastes. So that's all, folks. Hope you liked the video, and if you found it to be useful, don't forget to comment below, like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your feedback below as well if you've got questions. And don't forget, if you're looking to get into building and investing in Turkey, then please click the link below. You'll see my WhatsApp number there. You get in touch and we'll be able to advise you on how best to go about that. Thank you very much. See you next time.